name is Adolf Stern. I'm Mo Stern's son. We have an insurance, and I wanted to collect the insurance for my parents. He said, "You have the insurance?" I said, "I don't have the insurance. I came just from Buchenwald." And he said, "You have a death certificate?" I said, "Hitler don't give us death certificates."
Letter after letter after letter, you see Generali writing letters to the family denying the existence of policies or documentation. Out of nowhere, a fax comes across to my mother-in-law, and it bears a corporate seal and a fax front page from the company Generali, and you'll never guess what's attached. A copy of the policy. I had to enlist the support of someone who had much bigger shoulders than myself. The choice was obvious to me.
I met Lisa Stern when she called our office and asked for a meeting, and we had a meeting in a conference room with her and her husband. She unraveled for me an incredible story about her family and how her family was involved in a struggle with an Italian insurance company. To find out that this had been concealed for so long, to me, was just incredible. Well, when I accepted the case, I think I realized this was going to be a real uphill struggle.
This case doesn't belong in California.
Apparently their strategy was that if the cases were tried in Europe under foreign law, the survivors would either get their cases dismissed or they would get very little, if anything.
You're watching WTVJ.
A South Florida man who survived the Holocaust is waging a one-man war.
Relatives of 5 Holocaust victims have filed a $135 million lawsuit.
Some survivors of the Holocaust are facing a new battle tonight for what they say is justice.
Stern's attorney, William Chernoff, has filed the first of its kind lawsuit demanding $135 million in life insurance benefits.
I think it's the start of a wave of action by these Holocaust survivors.
And they tried to convince the court that even though they were licensed as an insurance company to do business in California, that really under the law, their business was so slight that jurisdiction should not attach and we should not be able to sue them here. They took the position that approximately only 2% or less of their revenues came from California. They even filed a declaration, which is a sworn statement under oath, that they had never filed a lawsuit in California.
Well, the night before the hearing, Bill had a brainstorm.
I sent out an investigator to find out if it was true that they had never sued in California, because obviously if they availed themselves of the courts in California by filing lawsuits themselves, there would be little question that there would be jurisdiction here in California.
I'm going to refer the court to page 6, paragraph 28. It's very short because it goes right to the heart of jurisdiction. It says, Generali cannot locate any records of ever having filed a lawsuit in California State Court. I have found 17 plaintiff cases that they have filed in California State Court. 5 of these cases were filed after this motion to quash. After they came here to try to quash this proceeding, they're out filing cases in California State Court asking for relief. Now, if that isn't perjury, what is, counsel?
Once we got through all the legal roadblocks, the judge actually set a trial date in the Stern case.
That's February 9 of 2000.
Well, Your Honor, is fine with the plaintiff.
We were over all of the legal hurdles. We had a trial date. They were looking at possibility of punitive damages. And so the fear was there. And I think this sent shockwaves through Generali. because this meant I could finally bring this whole scenario, this whole sordid story of what Generali did to the Stearns and others in front of an American jury.
Bill Chernoff had the courage to bring one of the very first insurance cases, and Lisa Stern was very much a part of that. This brought the whole issue of Holocaust insurance to the attention of the U.S. government and ultimately to the world.
The fund that was put up, $5 billion, was probably the largest fund for restitution of claims ever.
That pays slave and forced laborers under German companies. It pays for property that was taken. It pays insurance.
The primary motivation for the German companies to come up with that large of a fund was the fact that they feared the litigation in the United States.
It was their suits that were the catalyst, the spark, that got the attention of the private companies in Switzerland, in Austria, and France, and Germany, and that helped bring the U.S. government and President Clinton involved.
Most of the claims are being paid now through the German Foundation settlement. The remaining claims are against Generali, and slowly but surely, people are being paid. This is history, and I think that there should be a court proceeding with a judge and a jury where all of the evidence can come out. Generali can come and bring all of their evidence. They can say whatever they want to an American jury, and let us present our evidence. And let a jury decide whether Generali has committed one of the largest financial crimes in the history of the world, or whether they were doing the moral and right thing, as they say. I think that is where we should be in the future, and I hope I am there to participate.